Here in the wake of dawn, I see you shine. When I feel that heartbeat, I fly so much higher, fly so much higher, fly so much higher, fly so much higher. Sky lines and clouds are below us now. Sky dive back down. Oh, take my hand, don't let go. Skyward bound. Skyward bound. Skyward bound. We'll never touch the ground, never touch the ground. We are skyward bound. We'll never touch the ground, never touch the ground. We are skyward bound. In the wake of dawn, I see you shine. When I feel that heartbeat, I fly so much higher, fly so much higher, fly so much higher, fly so much higher. Sky lines and clouds are below us now. Sky dive back down. Oh, take my hand, don't let go. Skyward bound. Skyward bound. Skyward bound. Skyward bound. Skyward bound.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, how long has it been? My goodness. Let me know if the audio is okay. I kind of put everything together kind of haphazardly, so I'm hoping everything is working. It was quite an adventure to remember how to set all this up. Oh my goodness, guys. It's been a while. Man, it's almost been 2 years since 2024. Not exactly how things kind of went to plan, but wow, this is going to be kind of a recap. Just kind of let's get caught up. What's been going on in the world? Um, yeah, camera's a little bit not great. Simply because my old camera is I gotta fix it. So, man, yeah, welcome back, guys. Railfan K, welcome, and welcome to all the lurkers. Welcome to everyone who's going to watch the stream in the VOD. Everything on top, just disregard. I'm going to do a massive overhaul. Right now, this is more of a test stream as well to see what works, what doesn't work, and just try to get caught up with you guys. So, life has been crazy the last few months. Yeah, wow. Okay, so for today, I don't have the cameras out. The stream setup is very minimalistic. I only really have one camera going to capture kind of the layout. The layout is basically reconstructed. If you guys have seen some of my operational videos, we've got most of the entire layout squared away and good to go. We do have an additional modular to my right. The testing range is actually back. I was able to transform it into a 3-to-1. Again, follow my series on the FPR operations to fully understand what's going on with this particular layout and the configuration. So, man, it is crazy. No, Heath, this was a very last minute. I literally got this set up last night. I was finally able to get things together. But yeah, this is not my normal time whatsoever. This is just a random pop-up test stream. Again, I used to be on Friday nights. However, that is not going to happen. Right now, it's just I'm going to do a feeler to see which time works if I do set a dedicated time again. But welcome, Heath. Again, guys, if you don't know, Heath is a wonderful member of our community. Go give him a follow, subscription, whatever. I'm also watching a lot of Twitch again, so I'm getting everything all mixed up. But yeah, go ahead and sub to Humanity Junction. But yeah, we're kind of just testing everything. Hopefully the audio is okay. Video I know could be a little bit better. I had to downgrade my camera because a cat decided to chew on my cords. So yeah, that was a fun time. So yeah, but life is finally allowing me to stream again. A little low, but it sounds good. Okay, let's fix that real quick. I'll try to max it out here. I don't have a compressor to help me with all this. Testing 1, 2, 3. Oh, you know what? I think another thing is behind the scenes here. Let's try my inputs. So I forgot to check that on the computer end. Alright. Let's crank that up a little bit. Alright. I'm afraid I don't want to peak. That's my kind of concern. Let's try that. Yeah, I just don't want to clip / peak. Audio has always been one of those things that have been tricky for me. Is there any humming? Everything's good on that end? I know some videos have the distinct hum from this XLR I've been trying to fix, but yeah, hopefully, okay, I can see myself peeking there. Hopefully we can get things squared away. Sorry, headphone users. Alright, let's see. Okay. I think we're good there. Alright, let's try that. You're on your phone? Yeah, gotcha. There is static. Okay. Yeah, I think my microphone suffered some damage, which I'm not too happy about. Many moves I had to make over the last 2 years, so I'll probably be getting a new one hopefully soon. Nothing too much I can do on the static end, unfortunately. So I think it just comes down to just and this microphone's actually pretty old. Had it for a couple years now. So it's either can't hear me or you get a little bit of static. I think that's where we're kind of at. Uh-oh. Now the mic's not working. Come on. Cooperate with me. Okay. I see green light. I think we're good. Yeah, we'll keep adjusting it as we go. Again, kind of a trial and error type of stream. Hopefully we can get everything situated. Model Train Outsider. How are you, good sir? Again, apologize if the audio is kind of finicky. We are currently working through it. Hopefully you are well. Another awesome YouTuber to follow if you enjoy European model railroading. Awesome. And I think that is something that we can talk about here soon too, because I think Markland actually just announced a special engine. Let's see here. I got so much news to catch up with you guys too on this stream. It's kind of insane. Let's see. I want to see if I can get quick access to it, unless it's on their Facebook, which I'm not ready. I'm not set up for the news whatsoever. This was a last minute. Let's put it together and see what happens. Okay, but yeah, I believe Mark and Lynn just announced the big boy. Well, announced today, yeah. Yep. Let's see. Fall. Accept all. PDF. And welcome back, Railfan K. Again, we're just chilling, hanging out. Speaking of which, I do have my big boy running on the layout. Around the layout. I'm going to skip all the European stuff because you can see a better analysis. If I believe, Model Train Outside, I believe you're going to be covering it. Yeah, I don't see the big boy in here. I'll check it later. I don't feel like doing that right now. Okay. So we've got two very special 3 years ago. This is a special one. Oh, very nice. Awesome. So yeah, you guys can find out more information on Model Train Outside. I'm pretty sure he'll talk about it on his live stream this Friday. So let's go ahead and talk about some new acquisitions, shall we, guys? And then we'll get into kind of what's going to be coming up in the future. Okay, so this is an item that was generously gifted to me, and I told the person you didn't have to do this. You know, this is a very generous gift. Again, another person wants to remain anonymous, but I was gifted this beautiful 3/4 dome Rapido from Southern Pacific. But I want, you know, I told him, it's like, you know, of all the schemes, I wanted the Union Pacific scheme so we can add it to our heritage fleet for the train, that the big boy that I have right now. So this is just ungodly amount of detail. I love this. I did several shorts from Samurai. One member had it in the daylight scheme. And I tell you what, this product is just absolutely freaking stunning. I probably will put people in there. I think that's like the one thing that's really missing from this model, but it is pretty excellent. It will not navigate my Harbor Point modular because that's around a 23 turn. And as you guys can see, the amount of freaking detail, there's no way it will turn the way it needs to. But I'll be running this on the Samurai layout, and I can't wait. But yeah, it is a gorgeous, gorgeous car. The other one that we got, let me go ahead and stop the big board real quick because I actually have it running around the layout. And I gotta give so much props to Broadway Limited. We finally have the power car. It's crazy to me to think that, 2 years ago I was talking about wanting to get one of these cars, but you had to get it in brass. I think it was like Overland, and a car like this would easily go for $1,000 nowadays. And the fact that we were able to get one around 150 after shipping and tax and everything, and this has sounds. I think you can equip it with lights, but I leave it turned off. I don't like the power. I don't like the sound on this, but it does sound really good. You use like a magnetic wand to actually activate the sound and everything. You can adjust the volumes with it. But no doubt, this was a actually very important piece for me when it comes to the FPR lore, when it comes to the freelance railroad. And so I'll talk about more about that here in a second. But this is a very, very gorgeous piece. It will easily transverse the 23-inch curve on the layout. And the reason being is because, I don't know if you guys can see it. I don't know if this camera's going to capture it, but it uses the same design from the shark nose locomotive. So you can see that it can turn the same amount of radius that like a body mounted coupler would be, but then it also springs more beyond that. So that piece right there is critical to actually go even tighter than what they recommended. And so this can actually go around the layout, which I'm in love with. This is by far a very revolutionary car design that they have. And I am very, very pleased with this car. So let me go ahead and put it back on the track. We'll get the big board rolling again, and then we'll talk about some other things. And I think Fox River is about to be the end piece observation. The theater observation, I think, is about to get released as well. I didn't pre-order any of those, but I want to get one eventually for this train. So let me also switch you guys to the showcase scene. Alright, so the train for this stream is our big bore excursion. This is the River Rossi 4018 that's currently in Texas. And again, I am controlling it via Digitrax on my wonderful Samsung Android tablet using Engine Driver. And as you see the cars going through, I did get a new acquisition, that big boy box car. I believe it's from Value Trains USA. And their fantasy box cars are really nice. And then we can see kind of the rest of the cars there. So that's kind of the train that I've got going around right now. Again, nothing fancy with the cameras. I still got to set that all back up. And I got to rethink how I want to do. I'm trying to do a lot of cable management, trying to make the layout somewhat nice. But yeah, definitely excited for the future. Again, I got to thank my better half, Brianna. That allowed me to set everything back up, get this room back in order. So again, thank you so much. Very appreciate it, Bree. And let's see, what else? So let's go ahead and talk about, I'll keep it, let's see, which one, me and chat, let's see, which one we want here. We'll keep it on this screen. Okay, so let's talk about the channel, guys. As you can see, there was a lot of new things that popped up on this channel. And the big thing you guys probably noticed was the rise of animation for me. And I say animation because I know this is a sensitive topic for model railroaders, apparently, that the use of AI is heavily frowned upon. There's that common phrase of AI slop. And I've been going back and forth if I really wanted to do a video on this, but I decided not to because I just want my production to kind of showcase what AI can do. Hello, Randall, good sir. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Long time no see. Hopefully, you are doing well. So, when I was introduced to AI, again, thank you, Brie, on that one. She showed me kind of how AI worked. I got instantly hooked on it. I knew ChatGPT was a thing, and actually, this goes back to, I don't know how long this was, probably 2 years ago now. My first kind of exposure to AI was actually on Heath's channel when he was using Chat GPT, not knowing what it was at the time. It's like, okay, that's kind of interesting. But then as I started to see, as AI started to get improved, it's really started to showcase what it can do. And again, I know the generation aspect of AI is definitely controversial, which I find surprising in this sphere, but it is for me personally, it is a tool that has changed everything for me. And that's why I really wanted to kind of talk about is that you guys have seen, I have created basically this freelance empire of the Frost Line and Pacific Railway. I've got 6 episodes that's dedicated to the lore of where I'm going with my railroad. At first, I didn't have the capabilities to build the freelance railroad. I've always wanted to do something with making my own railway with my own decals. But at the end of the day, I was limited by time, I was limited by money, and I was limited by talent. There was no way I could really get what I wanted to build, what I really wanted to share. And at the end of the day, when I saw just how powerful AI can be, and I use AI in a general sense, and when I talk about AI, I talk about, Grok, Copilot, talking about Google's Gemini, ChatGPT, obviously, OpenAI, but I use all of them. And the thing is, I view AI as as a kind of a spectrum type of topics of conversation. You've got AI on the left that is basically, um, how did I phrase it? It is a low effort side to AI usage, and then there's the highly technical side of AI usage. And I'm trying to showcase that AI can be a very powerful tool, but again, it's a tool, not a replacement for the skill. And so that's why when it comes to the Frostline Pacific Railroad, I wanted to showcase that yes, this is AI, but it is still my ideas. I'm literally bringing my ideas to a visual pixelated presentation form, I guess is the best way I can describe it. And I cannot begin to tell you um, how revolutionary that is for me because now I'm actually able to do what I really wanted to do, which is tell stories. Yes, the script may be AI, but at the end of the day, I start off with my paragraph. I have AI enhance it for me, and then I go through several redrafts when I go through that script. Now, granted, there's still some things that slip through the cracks, but it's still not 100% AI driven. It is me making sure that, the best way I can describe it is that I am the director of this movie, and yes, AI is like pretend it's another person, like it's an editor. I've got, you know, I got my graphical design artist. I've got X, Y, and Z people making this, but again, it is a software that's doing it. And so with that being used, it has allowed me to actually share so many short stories. And for the most part, it's been positive. Again, I really wanted to talk about this because I wanted to showcase that I want to be on the spectrum when I use AI, that it's not the typical, okay, type a paragraph and use the very first thing that AI spits out. I don't want to be known for that. It is more of, I've got my own thoughts, I got my own processes, I got my own ideas, and now I need to get that into a visual spectrum, into a visual aid, so that way you guys can actually see the story that's being made. And so that has changed the entire of last year, and that was heavily used. And I'm having a freaking blast. And it's getting to the point that now that, you know, I can see the decals coming to life. I can see just how an engine scheme is going to look like. It is amazing what you can do with AI. And I know, again, there's a lot of controversy behind it. I get it. The way I look at it personally, it's just like everything else when it comes to a disruptive technology. You know, we had the rise of the computer, we had the rise of the internet, we had the rise now of 3D printing. It is a disruptive technology that changes the way we live. And I would personally say it's probably the most disruptive technology we've ever seen. And so again, there's pros and cons. I'm not going to get into the political aspects of it. I'm fully aware of the whole topic of AI. I've been digging deep into it, with the data centers and everything. But at the end of the day, on this channel, it is a tool for me to express my creative thoughts and processes and to tell short stories. And so, that is the future for this year at least of what I really want to do. And so, yeah, when you guys go look at the channel, let's go to here. Let's go to, I'll kind of showcase what I mean by that. All right, let's go to here. All right, sorry, I'll catch up with chat here. Not to mean to get on an AI, platform or high horse. I want to explain to you guys in full transparency that, yeah, I use it, but I use it to fulfill my creativity. Willow Creek, welcome. How are you? Hopefully you are doing well. Happy New Year again to everyone. Hopefully you guys had a happy holiday season. This stream is more of trying to get caught up with you guys, making sure my equipment works, doing all the trial and error. Again, I apologize if the sound is not great, if there's some, I know we had some static in the lines. I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I need to replace. So it's been a while since we've been in this room, that we were able to stream in this room. And so hopefully, we can get back onto the consistency. And to get off topic a little bit, I will probably be here for probably another 6 months, and then we'll be having another move, but this time I'll be out of Texas. So my job's having me go out of state. And so, we'll see what happens. And I'm definitely excited for that. So, okay, let's see. So let's go back to the channel real quick. So I really want to explain kind of what we've been doing, because it's been a while since we've live streamed. So let's go ahead and do a field trip. I know it's been a while since we've done one. All right, so field trip to the channel. So again, when it comes to my freelance, and what I'm calling it is a fantasy freelance railroad. The fantasy aspect of it is to allow me to have the unlimited creative space for me to tell stories. Madison Dixon RR, welcome. Welcome. Happy holidays. Hopefully everything is going well. Again, we're kind of just talking about the past kind of like year and a half, kind of the rise of AI and the rate, and basically what I'm talking about with my storytelling when it comes to the Frost Line and Pacific Railway. The FPR, for short, is my fantasy freelance railroad. And it is, I've always wanted to do short stories. I've always wanted to tell stories. I've always wanted to incorporate ways of implementing figures from the pop vinyls to all sorts of toys to get integrated into this. And finally, once I really discovered how to utilize AI, I was finally able to tell my story of the Frost Line and Pacific Railway. And what I've done is I've created 6 core lore videos that kind of describe what's going on in this Frost Line universe, is kind of what I'm calling it. And in this Frost Line universe, we've had basically an ice age. And so the whole aspect of the railroads, especially when it comes to North America, changed. And that's the story that I'm basically told within these 6 episodes. So it's a complete story when it comes to the FPR. But then what I've really wanted to do is that now that we have the core lore established, we can now start creating endless amount of short stories. Again, this is fantasy. This is obviously not happening in real life. This is just me telling a story, and several different short stories that go into what I'm doing. Papa John, Yes, happy New Year, happy Train New Year. Hopefully you are doing well, good sir. And I do need to keep an eye on the time because let's see, we've been streaming for what, about 15 minutes now? Okay, not too bad. I am on a time schedule, so trying to get all of you guys the latest and greatest information when it comes to the channel. And so, yeah, we created these short stories, and again, it is just me expressing my creativity. And I cannot begin to tell you how revolutionary, AI is. It's the reason why I use it is because it saves me time, money, resources, and I can finally be creative and tell those stories. Because I cannot begin to tell you how much time I've saved from script writing to how much money I've saved just by getting the images that I need. Because if you were to commission even one of these images, even with the thumbnails that you see with these stories, you're looking at between $50 to $100 to get those commissioned to a proper, graphics designer. And we were able to, get these out on a weekly basis. And so again, if you guys be patient with the AI process, because I'm still learning how to use it and to try to make it as realistic as possible. Again, it is limited right now. But again, as it improves, as I start to really fully understand how to utilize it, I think the stories can get better. I'm hoping to get maybe at least one short story a month out. I've got several that are kind of in the works right now. So again, regardless of how you feel about AI, it is something that has helped me as a tool. Again, it's not 100% going to replace what I want to create. I am heavily involved in the making sure that the human aspect is still presented within these stories. So, yeah. Okay, let's see. So that's about the channel and the Frostline and Pacific Railway. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy these stories. And again, welcome to this new journey that we're going to be on within this Frostline timeline. And that's kind of going into the story of this layout. Again, this layout is Icyville. I have a short story that's going to be coming out on this particular layout that's going to talk about more to the lore. And I have some, it'll talk about more towards the operations side of things and so forth. So I am really, really excited for where things are going with this. And this is how cool things can be. And this is why I really wanted to continue to test how far we can take this concept. And again, regardless of what you guys think about AI, it has allowed me to do things like this. It has allowed me to animate figures, to bring the layout to life, which I cannot begin to tell you how cool this is and where we can take it. Like for this one, for example, this is the Polar Express car, and I was able to animate, Santa Claus coming out of it. It's just amazing what we can do. There was another one that I really liked too, and I think Randall, you'll like this one if I can find it. Let's go to shorts. Let's see. Yeah, this one. So we literally have, I call him the Straw Hat Man, but we all know it's Luffy from One Piece. And I was able to animate him going into the new C4-115 from Bowser. Like, this technology is absolutely insane. And it's like, here's another one that I really, really like. So this is from the Samurai layouts, and they have the cow and the cowboy figurines, and I was able to animate it all the way through 12 seconds. Again, there is some limitations when it comes to this technology, but it's still just stunning on what we can do. It's like I can't look at the Samurai layout the same. Now, one thing that I probably won't do on the channel is how I do this. Because obviously, yeah, you use AI, but you got to understand, it's there's still crafting, there's still manipulation of the pixels, there's still um I I know this is gonna be heavily controversial what I'm about to say. I think AI art is art. I know not a lot of people is gonna agree with that, but again, I can get philosophical on why I think that is, but that's for a potential uh, book for another day. 'Cause what I'm thinking about doing is doing a clinic on how I do this, and so that's why I'm probably not going to do it in a YouTube video just yet, because as I understand in technology, as I understand how things can be worked out, I'll do a clinic on that probably for the NMRA for my Master Model Railroader, because this is still so much untapped technology that what we can do with. and I can, and I've used this to. I've already got my FPR paint scheme. I've got my FPR decals. The only thing that's stopping me right now is I'm debating how to do my decals. I'm either gonna do a printed decals, or I'm gonna experiment with a new technology that's coming out. It's called UV printing, and that more to come on that, because I like the idea of where UV printers are going. So that's something that I'm kind of holding out at the moment to see which way I want to go. But again, welcome guys. Hopefully you guys are having a happy new year. 2026 is going to be a very exciting year. We're going to continue to expand on the Frost Line and Pacific Railway, what I call the fantasy freelance railroad. The fantasy being that I basically create a brand new timeline that, you know, it's not realistic. But again, it's the story that I want to tell. But yeah, what are your guys' goals for this year? You guys wanted to get into 3D printing? You guys want to get a layout? Just let me know what your guys' thoughts are for the brand new year. I said my biggest goal for this year is to have at least one diesel painted in the new Frostline and Pacific Railway paint scheme. I've got the paint scheme, I got the decals. I'm just hoping I can get it done by the end of the year. But yeah, I cannot begin to tell you how excited I am for this year. That the technology that's come our way. Let's see. I know we've got. So let's talk about model railroading news. I know the big boy is about to do a cross-country tour with Union Pacific. Obviously, the big news last year that came out of nowhere was that Union Pacific was going to do a buyout of Norfolk Southern, and I haven't done any new IC Rail news updates because it was all political. And at this point, I've become so. I want this channel to be escapism, and I'm waiting for something kind of solid to do another update for NSUP buyout. But from what I saw, they've submitted their package to the Surface Transportation Board. They're going through the legalities of the stocks with both railroads. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think it'll go through, but there's going to be a ton of red tape. Like, there's going to be so much observation on it. We'll see what happens. We shall see what happens. So you're going to go outside, layout for G and O scale. Really nice. Really nice. Let me get you guys back on the showcase scene here. We'll get show you guys some trains here. Get the big boy here going around. So yeah, I'm interested for the cross-country tour that the big boy's going to do. There's a lot of people at our club that, we're joking that, we're probably going to see the big boy on the Horseshoe Curve. And I'll tell you what, that's going to be a monumental moment. Yeah, there is a lot of concerns, as, rightfully so. So we'll see. From the unions to, the customers to BNSF now starting to raise old concerns from when they merged with the Southern Pacific. That was pretty funny. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the Surface Transportation Board's going to rule. So we shall see. We shall see. Let's see. So very bad on the subdivision. As much goes off of the NS. Interesting. Yeah, I know it's going to be case by case basis, and that's the thing about this potential buyout is that I don't think we're going to get an answer from the STB within the next few years. It's going to be interesting. They've got so much to go through. So much to go through. Continue on your layout and make more videos. There you go. There you go. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, let's see. There hasn't been any new really announcements that caught my eye. We had typical diesels that have been announced, freight cars. I know everyone's been getting the new Shea locomotive from Broadway Limited. Been seeing some videos on that. I had to cancel my pre-order on that, unfortunately. Just couldn't really afford it. Jeff, good sir, how are you doing? How are you doing, good sir? Oh, yes, and one thing, too, that I forgot to mention. It was about a month ago now. No, 2 months ago, back in October. Got to meet with Steve Childers. Steve Childers from the Retirement Railroad visited Samara and San Antonio, so I got to finally meet him as well. You can see him over at Steve Childers at the Retirement Railroad. Does a stream on Friday morning, so that was an awesome experience. I still got to release the video on the camera train where he was following the California Zephyr. So yeah, it's something that I actually need to do. Been so busy with so many other projects. Tired, busy day at work. Yeah, I get you. I get you. Oh man, but you just actually reminded me, Jeff. You want to talk about kind of a disappointing model last year, and I was worried about this too. Was that J class from Scale Trains? When yours broke at the club, oh my God, good sir, I felt for you. That the driving rods, the rods that supported the drive rods within the wheel itself was plastic, and typically that's metal when you look at all the other steam engines. And seeing that break, oh my goodness. Let's see. So you're changing from changing from SPSF to simply Southern Pacific. There you go. There you go. And that's the great thing about AI. Like, um, I don't want to preach this, but I think the reality is AI is here to stay. So, again, why not get a tool? So, but yeah, I've been heavily looking at Facebook and the rise of the freelance railroad. Like, I think this year is going to be the year of the freelance railroads. Like, home shops is really kind of driven what you can do. Certainly AI, you can create as many realistic railroads as you can now. Um, it's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, and I'm hoping Scale Trains will learn from it. So, we'll see. You're putting as SP and still around, and UP merged with us. There you go. So basically, SP bought UP, or merged. Yeah, you sold it. Made some major changes. Going to buy one of their steam. Yeah, not going to. Yeah, I'm gonna hold off until I see better reviews because again, some of the things that I've noticed online was that J class other people had the same issues. So I just realized this is covering. Let me move this a little bit here. See if I can get it. This one. Let's go way up there. Okay, let's try that. All right. Let's see. So what else? And then we're starting to have one thing I've started noticing a trend in is that the BLI Shays smoke box, if you don't get all the air bubbles out, will overheat. So again, it's just one of those things that I refuse, absolutely refuse to deal with anything smoke-wise when it comes to steam engines. If they have smoke, I turn that off immediately. I've just seen too many scary situations where the smoke box melts the chassis, and it's like, nope, not gonna deal with it. Not gonna deal with it. So let's see. What are your guys' most anticipated models of the year? I kind of got spoiled and got my two really because I was really excited about the power car. I was excited about the 3/4 dome. Um, I'm excited for the Shay that just came out too. So let us know, Railfan K. And that's one thing I would highly recommend too. If you're going to get a steam engine from Scale Trains, just buy it from them directly on the website, so you can get that warranty and potentially get your money back too. If you have issues with that drive chain pin thing, whatever, or drive rod pin inside that wheel. Let's see what else has been going on the channel. So again, I've been doing an operation series. Matter of fact, I can actually show you guys. This is the beauty about this. Hang on, let me trainway bills. Oh, but I may not know my login on this. Oh no, I think I got it. Let's see. Hallelujah, we can do this. Okay, so let me show you. Let's do another road trip. Let's do another field trip. Okay, so one product that came out last year, and it was actually my product of the year, was train waybills from Steve. He does have a YouTube channel, and I've been kind of showcasing this on my operation series. And basically, this is digital car cards and waybills. And at first, I was a little skeptical about it because it is a subscription server-based product, and so to get all the features, it's pretty much $10 a month, which is actually not bad in the grand scheme of things. Um, but when it comes to car and waybills, we can get the layout map here, and I probably need to zoom out. Let's see. Okay. So this is basically our towns within this layout. So this is Icyville. And again, I'll have a whole short story about this layout. And we got so many cool things that we can do. Because we can come in here and actually edit the particular places. We can edit the actual cards. And for me as a layout owner, this is actually very revolutionary. Just because I don't have to go out and deal with printing the cards, worry about them getting lost, them getting contaminated with food, and I've got pets, so stains from the pets. And so with this digital system, I absolutely love this because basically this is the car card right here. And you pick it up, and your account basically, when you go to your consist, shows you what you have when you go to the next location. And I've got these reports that I can bring up under reports that tells me exactly where all the cards are and so forth. So this product is actually really, really good for what I'm planning to do when it comes to operations. It was a little bit of a learning curve because you have to understand how the logistics of the system work, but once I got the hang of it, then yeah, we'll be good to go. So I'll probably do another video on this, but I've got a whole series that kind of describes how all this works. But yeah, you can see the image of it. Again, this is all the subscription-based perks that you get with a picture of the actual car itself, where it's going. Again, trying to stay true to what I do with operations and bringing you guys into the railroad lore. So we have mini prints, BCF parts is here. I got a few others that I need to reincorporate. So I'm actually really excited to get this back going again. So yeah, definitely really, really love the aspects of train waybills. And I will give you guys a link to this. There you go. So you guys can check it out. And there is a free version of this that gives you like 2 locations and a few cars that you can mess with. So yeah, you can just try it out for free, and it's actually really cool. All right, let's see here. So as far as Broadway Limited, because Broadway Limited has just been banger after banger after banger. And so they killed it with this power car. They killed it with their KinFX cars. The Shay just came out just recently. Let's see, Papa John, you are excited for the limited Broadway Limited Cab Forward. Yep, I'm excited for that too. I really can't wait for their AC9s. That's like the big one that, yeah, that's the big one for me. Wi-Fi's acting up. Welcome back. Let's see. So you got the Sun Pacific SD42. Excuse me, SD45 T-2. Good, try to make it to Samurai Op session. Yeah, and that was the thing about Samurai Op sessions, is that it's switch list JMRI driven, and there's nothing wrong with that, especially if you want to get into operations as a beginner, because it's pretty straightforward. Problem is that it's pretty straightforward. It gets repetitive. You wish to be alive would make the new Northwest engine, yeah, the 611, the J classes. Yeah, I don't know when they're gonna do another run. Let's see. Let's see, show schedule. That's the show schedule. I'm trying to think there was anything noteworthy. They've been coming out with a lot of diesels. Again, it's just more of the stereotypical product lines that you would see. A lot of diesels. Passenger cars, though, they got a lot of passenger cars coming out. Trying to think what else. Trying to think what else really stands out with Broadway Limited that I know. So they're doing another run of their GS4s. Again, their Shays. Oh man, their Shays look so good. I think they did a really good job with their Shays. The Berkshire has been another massive hit. The big boys have been really good too. Like they've just been nailing their products. But yeah, cannot wait. Cannot wait at all. And the big thing to kind of look out for this year is that this is the 250th anniversary, I believe, yeah, of the U.S. So we're gonna have like a lot of Freedom Train stuff come out that I'm really excited for. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun year. It's gonna be a fun year for railroading, and just in general. Absolutely excited for it. Absolutely excited for it. Yeah, that's Santa Fe Hudson. Yep. Let's see. Bachman came out with their new Acela passenger set. I've been seeing it a lot on like one channel. What's neat this week? I know I've seen that train on that channel, but I haven't been seeing it much anywhere else. I know the train show, I believe, in the Northeast had that full consist from Bachman, but I haven't seen a lot of people buy it. And that's one thing I was afraid of when that new Acela 2 came out, was that the price was really steep for it. And that was for a DCC ready locomotive or set. So you still had to put the chip in it and configure the sounds and get the expansion cars for it. And that was the big thing that I was concerned about when it was announced, was that, man, that's a really high MSRP for the Acela 2. And I just haven't seen it much besides at a train show per se. Yeah, let's see. Things have been going. I'm trying to think of any other. What other? Yes, you got the line out Freedom Train last year for $50. Really nice. Yeah, I've got those cars too. I'm trying to get more because I want to expand my train. But Broadway Limited announced their passenger cars. Let's see. Let's go to HO rolling stock passenger cars. Yeah, I cannot begin to tell you how BLI has just been killing with passenger cars. So let's see, Sunset M, that'll be out in the summer. Nice. So yeah, we got the inspection cars that are coming out. Broadway Lemon just made an announcement that their inspection car, or no, it was the no, it wasn't those. These ones. So the Fox River Theater cars are in LA right now. So if you pre-ordered it, I would say give it about a week and a half, and you'll be getting it soon. Obviously, as I talked about earlier, I got my UP Power car on the big boy right now. In fact, you'll be seeing it right there. There's the BLI Power car, which I'm absolutely loving. It's such a great model. So, really, really happy about that. So yeah, the theater cars are coming out, and then kind of just general passenger cars and so forth. So the one that I really want to focus on is the 5-car passenger sets here. So here's the Freedom Train passenger set. I mean, that looks great. The one that I have pre-order, absolutely getting this one. Abso-freaking-lutely. I've got the 1219 steam engine that matches these cars. So as soon as I found out that these were coming out, I was like, yep, pre-order. So this will be a little bit of a spoiler, but this will be my 2026 winter train for December. It's going to look stunning. Can't wait. Okay, let's see. Speaking of BLI, they kind of dangled the carrot out there. If the Frisco 522 sells well, they're going to do the passenger cars as well. Awesome. I think it will sell well. I think it will. Need the steam engine now. You got the diesel. Which one? Because you got the GS4, you got the T1 Texas and Pacific. So yeah, there's a few steamers that pulled it. They haven't many freight cars in a while, have they? I don't think so. They've been focusing on their passenger cars, and I don't blame them because the market's wide open for passenger cars for them, and they're going ham with them. So. Some more heavyweight business cars. I'll probably pick up the theater car. 'Cause I do like this style of observation at the end. So that's one that's on my radar right now. Okay, so that was Broadway Limited. Athearn. Athearn, I should say. I know they've been focusing on their 4-axle diesels. F9. Okay. Trying to think what other big things have been coming. I know Athearn's been focused a lot on their box cars too. A lot of their freight cars. I'm just trying to get caught up because there's a lot has happened in the last year and a half. Let's see. Oh, Bowser. Huh. You want to talk about a great model? Let's talk about Bowser real quick. Bowser came out with, it was late last year in December. But my God. My God. This diesel is absolutely freaking gorgeous. These full 115s that came out. So props to Echo Hunter. He's one of our community members here on the channel. He had one on the layout, and it's like this one right here with the SP version. The sound is amazing. I know it's ESU sound, so it is really, really good. The locomotive details look fantastic. I love the quirkiness of this diesel. I will be getting one soon. I'm excited for this. These diesels are just gorgeous. In that Rock Island scheme too. Oof. Bowser just knocked it out of the park when it comes to this diesel. Skeleton announced a new run of the AC-44s, including the tag unit. Interesting. Yeah, we can pop on over to Scale Trains real quick. To Scale Trains. No thanks, no thanks. Yeah, so this is the AC-44s. Yeah, they do look good. I mean, I gotta give my props to the Scale Trains when it comes to their diesels. Their diesels are, when it comes to detail, and if that's really the one thing you focus on in the hobby is details, Scale Trains, without a doubt. You're only gonna get the DC version? There you go. Yeah, but mostly modern freight, modern diesels from Scale Trains lately. Nothing too out there. Oh yeah, and then they've announced. I don't understand why they went with the Berkshires as their second steam engine. So that was kind of news that kind of came and went. So yeah, they're coming out with the MTH. Oh no, excuse me, the Fox Valley Berkshires. This is an interesting business decision because out of all the models that they have tooling wise, I'm surprised they went with the Berkshires over like what's the one from Milwaukee Road that came from Fox Valley. Like I would imagine that that's I think that's a higher need in the marketplace, but again that's just me. But one boxcar, HO Gilbert, $5. Nice. You and those deals. I'm glad to see that you're still finding those deals out there. And you're excited for the Athearn Genesis BC Rail Dash 9s. Nice. Yeah, I'm looking into probably getting the Athearn Genesis Tsunami 2 MT4s when they come out. But yeah, there's really been, besides the diesels and a few other things. Yeah, there's that J-Class. Yep. Okay. Screw it. I don't care. And then, yeah, they've been coming out with a lot of the heritage units for CSX. Again, I don't typically collect CSX. I typically collect the Union Pacific family tree stuff. But I will be branching out into the FPR diesels paint scheme here soon. Rail Burks will run better. You love the hunts. Yep, I understand that. Looking forward to next month. Can't believe it's almost here. Oh, yes. Thank you for reminding me, Jeff. We've got Amherst. Amherst is coming within the next few weeks. So that's basically the Super Bowl of model railroading. There's going to be a lot of news that comes out of there, hopefully. And so get ready. Hopefully we'll have some IC Rail news coming up. So definitely excited for that, for good old Amherst. I'm going to I keep saying this and then life just pops out of nowhere. I was supposed to go this year, not happening. I'm going to try to go next year. That's the hope. But we'll see. We shall see. I will make it to Amherst once in my lifetime. Once in my lifetime. Alright, let's see. What else can we get caught up here? Let's see. So I made a video about the Enema Marae rebrand. Yep, that happened. Let's see. What else? I'm not going to go too much more detail into that. They came out with that very important document that kind of summarized in my video, so you guys can check that out. What else? What other news happened? What am I missing, guys? I know I'm missing some things. Let's see. So that's right. Yeah, and you can see what comes out of Amherst. Hopefully you can get there once in your lifetime too. Yep. It's definitely the go-to. It is, in all intents and purposes, it is the national show. I mean, I know the NMRA tries to advertise that they have this national show. I'm sorry, but Amherst is the one to go to. And I like it because it's in one spot every year. You know what time of year it is. You know exactly what place. It's consistent. It is model railroading 100% of the way. So, yeah. I'm excited to see what comes out of Amherst and all the videos. Like, considering the last train show from the East Coast had so much coverage, and even the one in Milwaukee had so much coverage, I can only imagine the amount of videos we're going to see coming out of Amherst this year. And I'm excited for it. Because, like, all of you guys that record videos, that make videos on train shows, that gives a person like me who can't make it to the East Coast actual, you're giving us VIP access to see this train show, which is awesome. And inspire others to see what's going on. So, I know I've been lacking on train shows over here in Texas, and that's just because of life. Yeah, I won't go too much into it, but train shows for me over here are kind of all the same at this point. So I go there for leisure more than I do for recording now. But that may change. When's Amherst? I think in 2 weeks. I think it's in 2 weeks. I think it's the 24th and 25th. I could be wrong, but I think that's when it is. So. Okay, so let's see. Bowser, scale trains, Atherin. Walthers has just been focusing on random things. Well, yeah, Walthers is being Walthers. 24th, 25th, there you go. 24th, 25th, Amherst. Prototype C4Ms, BNSF. Right here helps us Jiva C4s. This is what the model far forms the prototype. Yeah. You go shopping, you forget to film. Aw. Yeah. But at the end of the day, if you're having fun, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. And there's a reason why I call it the world's greatest sandbox hobby, for a reason. You literally put whatever you want to get out. I mean, that can be said for anything in this hobby. Walthers needs to do a steam engine. Yeah, they've been focusing on diesels. Diesels and a lot of freight, too. Trying to see what else do we have. Okay, go back to showcasing here. All right. Well, guys, I cannot begin to thank you for all of the support, especially over this last year and a half. A lot of things happened behind the scenes. A lot of good things are happening behind the scenes. Thank you guys for your continued support. We're approaching 7,800 subscribers, which is absolutely insane. When I realized that, I had to go into just doing short videos, wasn't sure if the channel was going to be kind of lagging, but now you guys came out, you guys continue to support. You guys always asking behind the scenes, am I doing okay? And I'm doing great. Definitely, I've got a wonderful moderator, Bree, who is actually helping me a lot in real life right now. She's awesome. Love her. Thank you for all of her support. You guys that continue to come in and continue to support the channel, that comment on the videos, that subscribe, that watch. You guys make this fun. And I definitely miss streaming. It's good to be back. Again, I won't have a dedicated schedule for streaming. The best that I could say is please just hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification for all if you guys enjoy these type of live streams. You can see the previous 60 episodes of the Icy Roller podcast I've done in the past and what it truly looks like. Right now we're going through kind of a transformation phase of the studio per se. We'll get our cameras back up that kind of showcase all different angles, and we'll upgrade our equipment. But definitely excited for the future. Excited where 2026 can go. But yeah, absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Yeah, thank you, Railfanning. Again, you guys are the ones that make this possible. Simple as that. Thank you, Jeff. I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, I'll probably... So you're going to go on Sunday. Okay. I'll probably go on Sunday. Yeah, I'll probably go on Sunday. I was thinking about going tomorrow, but I don't know. I'm kind of debating. Yeah, you too, Papa John. Thank you so much. Again, thank you for the kind words. And again, the biggest thing that I can say too is thank you guys for the support on just the whole concept of the lore that's happening with this channel with the fantasy freelance. Great turnout for those core episodes. Again, I got a lot more short stories coming up. Escapism is what it's all about, and I am excited to tell more stories. So, but with that, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Got some things to take care of, and with that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next stream.